Hello class 4, welcome to the second part of computer storage and memory devices. Starting towards our today's class, let's recapitulate first what we have read in our previous class. We have studied definition of computer, then we read about data, information and their differences. Then we read about data storage and several memory units. So let's moving forward to our today's topic, that is memory. Kids, human has a brain. Likewise, computer also have a brain. It stores data, questions, answer, pictures, symbols, formula, etc. Varieties. Just like we remember our studies, we remember our name, whatever we remember, computer also remembers the same. Okay. Computer memory is just like a human brain. Okay, kids. So it is used to store data and instruction. In fact, computer memory is the storage space in computer where data is to be processed and instructions required for processing are stored. Kids, for example, if you give the computer the instruction to add 1 plus 1, the input of receiving the data and processing it, all of the system, all of the process and all of the instruction and giving the immediate result is stored within the computer memory only. You are able to read here that the computer memory is divided into large number of small parts that are called cells. Kids, these cells has a unique address in the computer memory which varies from 0 to memory size that may be -1 or anything. Okay, now moving forward towards the various types of computers memory. You are able to see a pictorial diagram of computer memory. Okay, you can draw it in your computer fair notebook so that it will help to make you remember. So let's get started. How many types of memory you are able to see? 3. First is primary, second is secondary, and the last one is cache memory. Kids, you are able to see that further primary memory is divided into 2 categories. First is RAM, that is random access memory, and the second one is ROM, that is read only memory. Kids, now further ROM is divided into 4 categories. How many categories? 4. That is AMROM. Next one is PROM. Third one is EPROM. And the last one is EEPROM. Today, we are only going to read about the primary memory and its types. Kids, primary memory is the main memory of the computer and it is also the internal memory of the computer. Internal means the memory which is inside the computer system. Okay, and you can also read that primary memory is a volatile in nature. I will make you understand the meaning of volatile in further slide. Kids, primary memory holds only those data and instructions on which computer is currently working. If you are working on MS Paint, then that current MS Paint program is working on that particular primary memory. Okay, now kids, primary memory you can say has limited capacity of data storage and also it is made of semiconductor devices. You are able to see that RAM and ROM, these are small cheap looking like memory. Okay, so these are semiconductor devices and primary memories are not as fast as registers. Okay, you are able to see that further primary memory is divided into 2 subcategories, that is RAM, RAM, random access memory, and read-only memory, that is ROM. Okay, now let's get started with RAM. RAM stands for random access memory. It is the internal memory of the CPU for storing data, program, and its results. Okay, kids, RAM allows read plus writing data. Okay, RAM allows read plus writing data. As soon as the computer is switched off, data within RAM got erased. It is got erased when you of the computer system. That means RAM is a volatile in nature. Volatile means when you are switching off the computer without saving your data on which you are working upon, it gets lost. So also RAM is a temporary memory. RAM is also a temporary memory because if you close the program without saving a file, you lose whatever changes you made since the last time you saved the file. So RAM, when you are working in RAM, you have to save your file first, then you should switch off your computer system, otherwise you will get lost your data. Kids, remember, access time in RAM is independent of the address, that is each storage location inside the memory. Okay, now let's moving forward towards ROM. ROM stands for read only memory. What is the full ROM stands for? Read only memory. Kids, read only memory only allows reading the data. That means you are not allowed to write anything while working upon ROM. Okay, kids, also ROM is a non-volatile in nature, because if you are switching off your computer system, your data will be saved inside the ROM. It will not be lost or get erased. Now kids, when you open your computer system and start it, you will able to see certain instructions or certain data figures which are stored in ROM when it gets manufactured. That operation is referred as bootstrap. What is called that operation? Bootstrap. Now, types of ROM. How many types of ROM are there? 4. First is AMROM, stands for masked read only memory. Next one is PROM, that is programmable read only memory. Next one is EPROM, that stands for erasable and programmable read only memory. And the last one is EEPROM, that is electrically erasable and programmable read only memory. Kids, in the next class we will discuss about the cache memory, secondary memory, and several types of storage devices. Okay, till then, take care and don't go outside unnecessarily. Okay, bye bye.